All right, here I'm standing here with Mike from the Florida Reptile Ranch. So, how are you doing today, Mike?
Good, man. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it.
No problem. Having a good show today?
Absolutely, it's a blast.
That sounds good. Sounds good. So you have a lot of good ball python stuff. What do you have featured for the show today?
Sure. Let me show you some stuff. I got some cool stuff here. Let's see. I don't think anybody has one of these. We got a Cypress butter, pet genetic stripe, little baby just hatched out.
Nice. I know the Cypress stuff is getting to be pretty big now, so it's...
Yeah, they're making some really great combos.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see here. We got some people like these. I don't think anyone else has these at the show. These are Het Russo pieds. We call them pinto pieds. They always have cool faces.
Do most of them have the kind of like the whited out faces like that too?
Yeah, they always have like crazy heads.
That's pretty awesome.
Really big attractor. People like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what else we got. That cool dreamsicle.
Yeah.
They're always out. That kind of thing. We got the Super Mandarin.
This is a Super Mandarin, huh?
Yeah.
I know that's a nice up and coming gene, right?
It is. Yeah, I'm trying to hold back a lot of these. Try to make some nice ones. Real pretty orange. Holding their color pretty well.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we got the, I'll show you one more here.
Got some other Mandarin stuff, looks like.
Yeah. Let's see, pull out this is the Confusion Leopard. Posset pied on this one too, but
really cool looking.
Just really nuts looking, but check out the belly.
Wow, that is probably the craziest belly I think I've ever seen on a ball python. And that's really the confusion causing that.
Yeah, confusion and leopard together. Happens in the leopard once in a while, but not that extreme.
Not that extreme, right?
That one's really just nuts and orange gold coming through. Just a cool looking snake.
Definitely.
Cool head stamp.
It'd be cool to see that one get into like the clown, like the way leopard clowns are already, and then you feel like the confusion in there.
So that's a couple of good things for you.
Yeah, definitely. Some really nice stuff. Some more pied stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of albino pieds, a lot of pied stuff. Sold a lot of pieds yesterday.
Sure. Definitely. Wow, really, really nice stuff. And
thank you.
If people are trying to get a hold of you besides seeing you at a show, what's the best way they can get a hold of you?
Facebook at facebook.com/the Florida Reptile Ranch, or my website, FloridaReptileRanch.com.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Mike. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of the show.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, I'm here with Tim Bailey from Bailey & Bailey Reptiles. How you doing today, Tim?
Doing well, and yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. So you've been at Tinley shows multiple times, and just wanted to see how the show was going for you this weekend.
Sure,
and see what you have featured for
we started doing the show in 2006, so this is year 11 for us here. It's always been a great show. Have a great time. This year it's been a pretty good door as far as sales go. It's been fair for us. Hasn't been great, hasn't been bad, but
sure.
It's been a good show, and always good to see a bunch of people. Only see a couple times a year, and see a bunch of cool animals too. So
sounds good.
But some of the stuff we've gotten a bunch of attention from. I know Doug was kind of asking me to go through that, but these VPI ghost animals have gotten a lot of attention as of late, and even so here. So it's just simple combination, but it's not easy to hit because it's double recessive, but hypo and axanthic.
Sure.
They make gorgeous animals, and they've gotten a ton of attention.
Sure, kind of got like a bluish, grayish tint to them.
Yep.
Really cool.
The blue is what's really interesting in them. The gray, obviously, they're real gray from the axanthic, and the hypo washes it out a little bit.
Yep.
A little further down there, those coral glow pieds. We got a lot of attention for coral glow pieds, and pieds always get a lot of attention, but
definitely,
especially, just have a bunch of color, and it's real contrasted with the pied. It works well with those.
Definitely.
They're not feeding now because I fed them all earlier, but my redfoot tortoises, especially when they're feeding and there's food in there, they get a ton of attention. Everybody wants to watch that. What that guy doing right there. Redfoot have been exciting for me. This is my third year producing them. I've always enjoyed them. They had a ton of personality, and everybody likes watching them because they're a little more active than the snakes are doing. So.
Sure. Out of all the tortoises, eventually I'd like to get a red-footed tortoise, either that or a leopard tortoise. So and so those are like two tortoise ones that I would like to get eventually. So.
They're a blast.
So if I'm in the market for that, eventually I'll have to give you a call for sure on those.
I don't have any leopards, but here in a couple of years we'll probably have some elongateds available too, and I have aldabras, but they many years before they're sexually mature.
Sounds good. You got some clown stuff. It looks like spider blade
clown stuff.
Blade spider clowns. I think you were showing me that onyx trick down there too. That was.
this Onyx Trick Girl over here has gotten a lot of attention. She's gotten a lot of attention at the last 2 shows. I'm kind of surprised she's still sticking around, but really good looking animal, super busy pattern. Got really good contrast color on it, so it's another one that's gotten a lot of attention. But
definitely, those dark jeans have been really. I know those, some like super mahogany stuff and a lot of that kind of stuff too. People have been picking up.
Stuff and GHI stuff's been popular lately. Blackheads are coming back in, so seeing a little bit more of that.
Definitely.
But no, great show.
You got some blood pythons on here too as well.
Yeah. We do have 007 down there. So last year I had one died in the egg, so it's my first year making 007s, and got some that lived this year. But I've been dreaming of those for quite a few years. So
pretty awesome.
That was exciting.
Really cool looking blood python.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Very nice stuff you got here, Tim.
Thank you much.
And if people are trying to get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
We're on Facebook, so we do have my personal page, Tim Bailey, and then Bailey & Bailey Reptiles business page, as well as you can go to www.baileyreptiles.com. That's our website, and there's contact information on there for emails and phone numbers and all that good stuff. Pretty easy to get a hold of. Message us on Facebook, shoot us an email, give us a ring.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Tim. I appreciate you taking your time.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Have a good show.
You too.
All right, I'm here with Sean Bradley from Exotics by Nature and the BallSh podcast.
What's up, man?
How's it going, man? How's the weekend going for you so far?
Oh yeah, this show's interesting. These kind of shows, Tinley Park's kind of like the Grand Slam. It's kind of like the U.S. Open. Actually, it's more like Wimbledon, like rolling on grass for me. This fucking carpet is just shit. But anyway, the shows like this, you'll either open up and you'll kill it because you have what the people want, or you won't hardly sell a damn thing, but you'll sell good stuff. That happens to be my show today. If you look at my cases, they're not very empty at all. I have a few empty spots, but not very much. But to do a couple sales and do easily over 10 grand in a weekend, have fun with my friends, drink just one beer. That's all I have.
Just one, yeah.
I still stayed up till 4:30 in the morning, but it was just one beer. Just to hang out with you guys, to meet you, to meet so many people that listen to my podcast, that own the snakes that we sell, that want to own the snakes that we sell. It's just a really cool thing to do, and I wouldn't miss things like this for the world. I haven't vended this show since October 2015.
Sure.
Because just life gets in the way, and it's about a 15-hour travel for me.
Sure.
But I haven't vended it in a while. But I've come to the last 4 or so just by myself, just as a spectator. And even though I stayed up again until the sun rose every night, every morning, I only did the show like 3 or 4 hours a day because I was so roasted on stuff. It was a great time, and I got to see my friends. I actually, when that happens, I spend way too much fucking money, though. That's a problem. That's a big problem,
It's part of the hobby.
Yeah, I bought Mackenzie shit last time. I spent like $10,000 here last time, and I had no money at all to speak of. So yeah, that wasn't cool. Today, I got a little bit of that money back. So that's good. Part of the great thing that we're a part of. I see the same people at these shows. I'm looking around as you're filming me. I'm looking away from the lens because I'm looking around at people like I'll constantly see people that we know that I sold snakes to here. 15 years ago, 12 years ago, and it's great to see them. Some of them still have the shit that they got from us. It's just really incredible.
Definitely.
So I really love this show. It's a great venue. It's pricey. Guys, look at the table cost, right?
Yep.
It's pricey. Well, it's not anything like real expos for real businesses that pay thousands of dollars for what we paid under $1,000 for.
Right.
But it is the big leagues, and it's a big show, and a lot of people kind of pop their cherry here. One of my friends, Tim Bailey, Bailey & Bailey Reptiles, who's a really accomplished breeder now. He did this show as his very first reptile show. He had never done a reptile show before this show. Awesome. He went out swinging for the fences, dude. 2 tables at the Grand Slam and been done with it. And he's been here ever since.
So I actually interviewed him as well. So he'll be on the video.
He's been here killing it ever since.
Awesome.
And Tim is a real good friend of mine, and
sounds good.
Does really good stuff.
And you got some really awesome stuff up on your table. You got some puzzle stuff.
Yeah, there's some puzzle stuff down here. Gotta go yonder. There's probably locks on things right now, but
Yeah, I could show it in the cases too. It's no big
yeah,
deal.
it might be faster anyway to do that. But
Yeah.
so you know, these are puzzle head hypos, some just regular puzzles. There's the hypo puzzles. They're really nice and clean.
Sure.
Those are just hypo possible heads. Down here was really interesting. Justin Kabilka just walked away with this not for sale pastel yellow belly puzzle and that's NFF, that's not for fucking sale. And obviously I can just wipe that off because apparently I'm a pushover. But dude, I don't care. Why would I need that when I have the banana version of it though, man? I mean, that thing is incredible.
That is sweet.
I mean, in shed, right, it just hatched. But
Very nice. Wow. It's sweet patterning on there.
oh yeah.
Awesome coloration. The coloration is
intense. And that's just a pastel bamboo and a pastel banana, but I mean that pastel yellow belly puzzle was really nice.
Definitely.
And then we've got, I don't know if this is a spider puzzle or not. My black beans. That's what we're using as bedding, is black beans. Scaleless. I don't think this is a puzzle. I think it's just a really reduced pattern hat. I gotta ask somebody else to attach these. It has a scaleless head hat. Cool thing is we just hatched now one. Let's see. Let me check its head. One. There it is. One scaleless head visual puzzle. So it's a scaleless head visual puzzle. Well onto our way of producing scaleless head puzzles, scaleless head pastels and super pastel puzzles. So I'll save her. I have a male, her dad, scaleless head puzzle now, so we can definitely get some cool shit from that.
Very nice.
I think this pastel puzzle is actually a scaleless head as well. Some scaleless, it's very, very small amount of scalelessness. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay, yep.
Back where your lens is.
Yep, I see it right there.
You see it. So, and then it's got very small scales. It's very fine scales.
Sure.
So that's another quality of scalelessness. And then otherwise from this, I mean, that's all I have for puzzle stuff right now. We've got a little bit more coming out, not a whole lot. We may have albino puzzles. I'm not sure. I'll know more when we get home.
Okay. You got the blade stuff otherwise for your blade clown stuff.
Blade clown stuff. Yeah, I'll move right down to that. So yeah, I mean, you got these gorgeous blade pastel lessers and stuff. I mean, the blade really changes the lesser and the pastel lesser clowns so much, so much. So let's see here. Super blade clown, scaleless head.
Okay, getting the scaleless head involved with it now, huh?
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep. We're about 6, maybe 8 months away from hatching this completely scaleless.
Wow.
We should have the potential to make super pastel, super blade clown scaleless balls within the next 6 to 8 months.
That's gonna be pretty hot.
So I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of a clusterfuck really of genes there. But we'll see what happens with the scalelessness, how much it shows.
Right.
But yeah, I was happy to see that. And then a regular clown scaleless head as well. And these are all females too, which is really nice.
Wow.
And then a super blade het, or possible het, scaleless head as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, you really see that in there, don't you?
Yeah.
You really see that, and that's super blade, but that's actually a low expression super. That's kind of an ugly super.
Okay.
Even though it's fine as hell to me, it's super.
Right. Well, you can tell it looks different than normal at least. That's always a big part of it,
Right. So scaleless heads on those 3.
Very nice.
So something to deal with in the future.
And looking down the line, you got some cypress stuff there.
Yeah, I actually got this at the show. I bought that. I picked that up. So.
Sure.
That's where it was a trade. That's where one of the hypo puzzles went.
Yep, that's starting to be a lot of the rage right now is the cypress gene, it seems. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't have the gene at all, so now I have 2 males, so I'll be able to figure it out.
Trying to see what happens, right?
Yes, indeed.
That's half the fun of doing the stuff is putting stuff together and see what you get, right?
Yep.
All right, yeah, you got a lot of really good stuff. And then besides the stuff you have for sale from Exotics by Nature, you also do the BallSh podcast.
Yes, indeed, BallSh podcast. So anywhere you can find a podcast, look up Ball Python singular. I don't know why the keyword went that way. Ball Python. or look up BallSh with an exclamation point instead of the I. So BALLSH exclamation point T. You can find it on iTunes, any of those things like Stitcher and all of that kind of crap. You can find it anywhere. You can find any podcast, BallSh podcast. Each episode's usually up to about an hour long, sometimes longer, focusing on different breeders, different hobbyists, different manufacturers, and different sides of the business. Mostly we focus on the history of the business and how exciting shit was back in the day. Telling my stories and trying to help my stories help my guests tell you guys even more stories, more intricate stories about the past, and maybe we can figure out how to make this thing have a fucking future.
You know, for me, and I think a lot of other people I've talked to, you know, you're cleaning your snake room, you throw on a podcast, you're listening to it while you're cleaning your snakes, you know, shit up and stuff. So
well, yeah, and now with, you know, you got Snakes and the Fat Man too. So whenever I'm being a lazy bastard like I'm right now and not putting out new content, you still maybe have him around for new content. So so thanks a lot if you're listeners already. If you catch us at a show, we sell t-shirts and stuff like that, like I'm wearing kind of. But right now, don't ask me for it because I'm actually sold out of a lot of stuff. But I will have it back in stock soon. So, yeah, it's an ever-changing, ever-evolving thing.
Yeah, and I just became a Patreon to on BallSh too. So you know, if you guys can donate whatever, go into patreon.com/BallSh, I believe, right?
That is it. Patreon.com/BallSht. Leave the exclamation point off. So BallSht on Patreon.com. Patreon. Awesome. So I kind of know it now. It's basically just a Kickstarter for artists, okay?
Yep.
I mean, I don't have my hand out. You don't have to pay me for my podcast. You don't have to subscribe to something. It's nothing like that. It's if you want to give me money, you go to this place and give me money. And that's it. That's all. That's all it is. So
you're still going to be doing a podcast regardless?
Still going to do a podcast regardless. If you stop paying me, I'm just still going to do the damn thing. I'm still going to do it. So... yes, indeed.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for sponsoring the podcast.
Hey, not a problem. Not a problem. We look forward to...
we're going to do a commercial and all that stuff, too.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Sean.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, here with Phil from USARK. Hi, Phil. Hope the weekend's been going great so far.
Yeah, crazy show here at Tinley. This is one of the best shows in the country. If you haven't been here, you should definitely try and get here. There'll be another one coming up in March, and then following that, October.
I know one of the really cool things you guys do every Tinley Park show is the auction on Saturday night, and the last night's auction was just amazing. Something really special happened. Do you mind kind of elaborating on that?
Yeah, so last night was our second biggest fundraiser total. We raised over $96,000 in total, and really cool part of last night was we raised over $45,000 for Joe Hupp and his family, who unfortunately just lost his daughter at only 8 years old. So it was a great feeling to be there that night. Brian Potter said some things before, and it was just it was an amazing event. And again, in one night, the reptile community came together, raised over $45,000 for Joe Hupp and his family.
Yeah, it was a pretty touching moment, I think, for everybody in the room. I think we did a standing ovation at one point. I mean, it was amazing just being there. You know, and being able to support. I was able to donate an animal to the auction and stuff like that. So it was really, really cool. And then if anybody wants to donate to USARK or any of the causes that we're fighting for our reptiles, and would you care to tell them how they can go ahead and do that?
Quickly, so if you're not familiar with USARK, we're a national advocacy for responsible people to keep reptiles and amphibians as pets. You can check us out at www.usark.org. If you want to sign up for our newsletter, that's completely free. Just go on the right side of the homepage, and it says right there, all you do is type in your email address and hit submit. Also follow us on Facebook. We have, I think, pushing 120,000 likes on Facebook now. A big, broad reach. Our Facebook page is also filled with conservation information. We have a Rattlesnake Friday post on every Friday to support rattlesnake conservation. You can follow us on Facebook, but it's really important that you also sign up for our email newsletter because you'll miss things on the Facebook page, and especially when legislative alerts come out, you really need to be on the email list so that you get those.
Sounds good. And we had a really huge win over the past year, didn't we?
Yeah. So way back December of 2013, we filed a lawsuit against the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. We didn't get it till this spring. We finally won. The court ruled in our favor. Now people can responsibly ship any species listed in Injurious under the Lacey Act across state lines in the continental U.S. So it was huge. That applies to the large constrictor snakes and also the 201 species of salamanders that were recently listed as Injurious under Lacey.
Very awesome. You guys do some great stuff. We appreciate everything. Everybody in the reptile community appreciates what you guys do. And you know, if anybody here that's watching this video wants to help out and donate to USARK, again, usark.org, check it out. Thank you very much, Phil, for your time. Appreciate it, and hope to see you future Tinleys.
Yeah, no, cool. Thank you for the quick shout out. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so here I am with Stephanie from Aritonnic. Hi, Stephanie, and we got some really nice stuff here at the show. Normally I do ball python stuff, but I wanted to kind of take a turn into some other stuff, and maybe you can show the people what you guys brought to the show today, or this weekend.
So we did bring some of our breeder lychees just to show people what they're going to grow up into. We have a Mount Cogus, we have a pine and a type A, island mixes. We have a Curiate, and then our new Anna has a regen tail. Show the different sizes of the lychees from the smallest all the way up to the largest.
Nice.
So over here on our table, we have just some guards. This row, the top two rows are our Chihuahuas and Islands. And then over here, the next one is all
These guys are an adults, they're still
And
juvenile.
then our other GTA is out and about roaming around.
Very nice, and they're very handleable. Some people that are not familiar with them, remember they can handle them. And
Sure. As you saw, she's probably just about to make her right now.
Like I mean, you gotta be gentle.
So he's a CDM, Cogus, slash latte.
and they're super soft. I got the whole one yesterday, so I think the softer than silk. Probably the softest thing I've ever felt was the belly of one of those things.
I was just about to say their underbelly is really soft. You would imagine them to be more rough, but they're actually not.
Here, I'll pick them up.
Very cool. And then you had mentioned regen tail, so if they drop their tail, they'll also regenerate it, or will they actually?
Yeah, so cresteds don't regen their tail.
Right.
Your lychees can, Chihuahuas can, for the most part, somewhat. I have one that is not regenerating their tail, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's at my house, though. Your Gargs will regen, and Sarah's can.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, you got a lot of really nice animals. I think on the other side there's some crested geckos as well.
Absolutely.
So, if people are interested, besides seeing you guys at the show, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you guys?
They can get a hold of us on Facebook, or they can get a hold of us through email.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great rest of the show. It's nice seeing you, and thank you for taking the time.
Anytime, thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm here with Kyle's Reptiles. Kyle here.
Hey.
How you doing today, Kyle?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Pretty good. This is your first show here at Tinley, right?
Yeah. First time in Tinley vending anyway. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Things been going pretty good for the weekend then so far?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fun to just meet people. It doesn't matter about what you sell. It's about who you meet. So.
Good, great community, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sounds good. What did you bring that you have on display today?
We just brought a little bit of everything. We got Enchi spinner blasts. We have dragonfly stinger bees. For the bright stuff, dark stuff down there, gargoyles, pet rats, a little bit of GHI, double head G-stripe clown stuff. It keeps smelling like. So, yeah, just a little bit of everything.
A little variety, right?
Yeah,
A little bit of something to make everybody happy.
yeah, that's the key.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even got a couple proven males up here, huh?
Yeah, we were lucky enough to produce the visuals. So we have a lesser clown male, we have an Enchi clown male at home. So those are now available for anyone else who needs it.
Sounds good. Great.
Yeah.
Great way for somebody to get in. They got a female that's ready to go this season. They don't have a male to put them with. That's the prime way to do it.
Yeah, not everyone's got a pocket full of money, and you can do the same thing with stuff like that. So might as well just give it a whirl.
Perfect. Sounds good. You got some really nice stuff here, obviously.
Yeah.
Small.
Cool het pied animals on the bottom. People who want to get into that.
So if people are trying to get a hold of you, what's the best way that they can get a hold of you for?
We're on Instagram and we're on Facebook. Just check us out, Kyle's Reptiles, and obviously the Reptiles is spelled with a Y instead of an I.
Yep, I'll zoom in on the logo there. So yep, see Kyle's Reptiles right there. So really nice stuff. Great to have you. Hope to see you here at more Tinley shows and stuff.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, here with Mark Petros. How you doing today, Mark?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. So nice, another weekend show at the Tinley Park show. So
Yeah, we've got a real nice turnout here. Got some nice weather, good crowd. So it's always nice to be out here.
Definitely. And what are you showcasing kind of this weekend for the show?
We got a little bit of everything. We tried to have everything organized. You know, we've got all the blackhead stuff over here, GHI stuff over here, some extreme gene clown stuff over here, a lot of leopard stuff, orange dream stuff. But if you want to look at some specific examples, you know, we could
Sure.
do that.
So you got some of the nice extreme gene stuff.
Yeah, this is a real cool morph that was originated by my friend Ken Masick, and it really makes things a lot different than normally you would see. I mean, everyone knows what a pastel clown looks like,
right?
And you know, you hit it with extreme gene, and all of a sudden you got polka dots on the side. You got this reduced dorsal pattern. It almost looks like an enchi. So I mean, it almost looks like a leopard enchi,
right?
And it's just the addition of the extreme gene. And then you know, over here we have a sibling to that, which is a super pastel butter. You know, also with the extreme gene,
sure.
And it's just super light and intense color. You know, the dorsal striping, the totally washed out sides.
Yep.
And you know, this is a very young animal. It's probably, I don't know, 70 grams or so. But you know, when this gets bigger, you know, even 300-400 grams, a couple sheds and some meals, I mean, it's just going to be spectacular.
Sure. It's got a nice yellow. The yellow coloration is almost like a golden yellow. It's really cool.
Right. And you can even see it on some of the heads down here that have the extreme gene. Just the dorsal striping that it adds and how faded out the sides are, you know, as opposed to the, you know, a normal version of that would be without it.
Definitely.
So, just show you like should have had these things unlocked before we started filming.
Yeah, it's all good.
This is a super GHI black pastel. So it's real nice and dark, you know, real reduced, almost non-existent patterning on the sides, and nice, you know, contrasting pattern dorsally.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice to see those like nice dark snakes. No, I haven't seen the contrast. You get some of the nice bright ones, and then you get both.
Right. And it seems like people like one or the other, so we try to have both.
Yep.
Because I'm, you know, a fan of both of them.
I'm a sucker for both of them too, actually.
So put that back, and then let's maybe go down over here and check out some other stuff.
So you got Freeway in there as well. It's like
yeah, that's Josh's Freeway. If you want to check this little guy out, this is similar to the more common seen Highway.
Yep.
This kind was the one that originated in Canada, the Freeway. They tend to keep their darkness and color a little bit more than the American version. So
sure.
We definitely like these better, and a little bit more money because I think they're better looking and they're more rare. But I think it's definitely worth it, especially when you're starting to get into the combos and the super forms and mixing them in with pastel and, you know, stuff like that. So that's definitely a cool thing that we're going to be working on in the future, and we're both really excited about.
And we gotta love the yellow belly complex stuff.
Exactly. And show you this guy here. This is our Tower of Leopard stuff.
Very nice.
This is probably my favorite one that we've produced. This is a 3-gene combo. It's a leopard, spot nose Mojave. Nice. So I mean, absolutely beautiful in its own right, and just it'd be a cool thing to mix in with clowns, or just hitting it with pastel or fire or yellow belly or orange dream. You could really turn this thing up a couple more notches, but you know, just so far with the triple like that, it's a really outstanding animal.
Definitely.
Real busy pattern and cool color, and
a lot of people have been seeing, you know, leopard spot nose clown stuff. It's kind of rejuvenated. It seems like leopard and spot nose, no matter what you put into, if you put those two together with anything, it seems like
spot nose was kind of a sleeper for a long time, and then when you saw some of the combos and what it did with clown, it really made a difference.
Yep, kind of brought it back again, kind of. Yep.
Exactly.
Really cool, really nice.
So we got some orange dream things here. This is we call this an Orange Dream Supreme just because I got tired of mentioning all the ingredients, so I just kind of coined that name.
Sure.
But this is an Orange Dream, Enchi Fire, Spider, Yellow Belly. And believe it or not, this thing's actually in shed right now.
Really?
So it's usually quite a bit darker, lighter and brighter than this, but it's, look at the belly, how orange and
nice, yeah.
You can definitely tell it's going into shed like that. But super, we got solo, this is a 3/8 clutch.
Really?
And we hit on this, so it was really cool.
Very cool, very nice. That's a good powerhouse to have. For sure.
Yeah, I just
some lucky person's gonna eventually pick that one up, I think, huh?
or we end up keeping it
Or
because
keep
it's a nice 5G male to work with.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, like I said, it's in shed right now, but this is he's just a stunning animal and a super aggressive feeder too.
Nice.
He comes shooting out of the cage like a cobra every time it's feeding day.
Gotta love those ones, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Very nice.
So yeah, we really like the orange dream stuff. This is common, an orange dream entry, nothing crazy, but just when I start getting a little size on them, that orange on the side just really comes out, and they'll maintain that into adulthood. And we've actually got our first chance later this season to hit the super orange dream stuff, which I'm really looking forward to. We've got an orange dream Enchi Fire bred to an orange dream Firefly. So we've got all kind of cool things, and kind of already worried about trying to identify what's in there if we hit on some stuff, but I guess we'll worry about that when we get to it. We gotta hatch them out first.
Yep, definitely.
So I love the orange dream stuff.
Yeah, me too. I just kind of started finally getting into it a year or two ago, and I got potential for super orange dream stuff this year.
Yeah.
If as long as the female gets another couple 100 grams on her, so
good luck.
Should be good.
The super orange dream stuff is hot.
Yep.
I love it. Is there anything else you want to see?
Other than that, this is Josh's gypsy stuff, right? Kind of, or
yeah, most of that stuff is gone, and he hasn't produced any yet this year. But this is just one thing he has left over. It's a lemon blast gypsy.
Sure.
So that's a nice started male if anyone wants to get into the gypsy gene, plus a couple other things going on with it.
Sure.
So that's that one.
A little bit more unique head than regular lemon blast would. So
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Another thing, kind of a little sleeper gene. We were talking about how the spot nose never really jumped off, and all of a sudden kind of got crazy.
Right.
I think very similar with the red stripe stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Where it's kind of been a little bit of a sleeper gene, and then just a few little projects. And this is nothing crazy by any means, but it's just really neat little animals. These are just red stripe and yellow belly mixed together, and you could definitely see the yellow belly influence with the flames coming up the side, and the checkerboard belly.
Yep.
But these little guys are really cool.
Very
so I
cool.
think if you're looking for something inexpensive and new to get into, I think spot nose and red stripe are good sleeper morphs where you could do some stuff with. And there's super forms of these too.
Yep.
That are really cool.
Yeah, last year, actually, the Tinley show last year, I picked up a red stripe from you. Actually,
At the auction. Right.
Yep. So
I remember that.
He'll be putting use this season finally, and I have some pretty interesting combos. Pairings of putting.
Good. Yeah.
So definitely have to keep you updated on that as well.
I just saw a red stripe yellow belly GHI.
Oh, really?
And I thought that was. I just saw one in person for the first time over at Justin Kabilka's table,
Oh,
and
sure.
I thought that was really neat. So
Very cool.
just another example of something you could do. Fairly simple genetically, but the results are really spectacular.
And it's still really untapped. Untapped gene. So
we're getting there a little bit, but a long way to go with some of this stuff.
Definitely, very awesome. So besides seeing you at shows and stuff, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you if they want to interested in buying something?
Sure. I'm on Facebook. It's just my name, Mark Petros. We've got a website that we update monthly, markpetrosreptiles.com. You always give me a call, 630-673-9426. Give me a call or shoot me a text. We advertise on Morph Market and King Snake. It's probably hard not to run into me with it. We try to be out there and accessible. And
get the whole social media world
full time for a living, so we try to always be there for the customers.
Sounds good. Well, thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate it. You have a good rest of the show.
Thank you. Thanks for coming down, Doug. It was nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
All right, here I
There we
am.
go, man.
Telogen Design Reptiles. Here we got Logan and
Hey, guys.
Dave. How you guys doing? You have a good show?
Oh, we've had a great show. It was great meeting Doug.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff. Picked up a couple things, right? So people can check out your channel.
Yeah.
We did. A couple
No
of new
spoils yet. Should be getting them in on Tuesday. So.
Awesome. Awesome. So you guys check
No
that out.
spoilers.
For sure.
Yeah, Doug got something too, so.
Yep.
look for
I'll be
that.
putting up a video on that as well. So again, check out Telogen Design Reptiles YouTube channel. They're gonna have some cool stuff up there, so make sure you check it out.
Yeah, giveaway coming soon.
Awesome.
All right, when we get back.
Sounds good. Thanks, Logan. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Doug. All right, buddy.